Hello everybody, welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back with an interesting video for you. Today I want to do a video that you guys have been asking me to do. I've been getting a lot of emails and a lot of private messages about this upcoming fight card that's going to happen tonight, UFC 200, and my messages and my email has been blowing up. A lot of people want to know what my thoughts are on this fight tonight. This is going to be probably the biggest fight in UFC history. It's huge. There's a lot of great talent on the card. I want you guys to understand clearly that everything that I say is just my opinions based on knowledge that I might have or not have on these fighters. Everything that I say can be taken at face value. It's just my opinion. So I'm not guaranteeing that they're going to win or lose. I'm just going to share my thoughts with you guys. I had to hide under this area because it's really hot outside and I wanted to get out of the sun to get this fight going. So, to get this video going, I should say. So the first fight on the card is Jim Miller versus Takanori Gomi. They're fighting at 155 pounds. Jim Miller's an American. Takanori Gomi is from Japan. I think Gomi has a little bit slicker submissions. But I think Jim Miller seems to have more of the I'm not going to be broken mental toughness. I think this fight's going to go the distance. I don't see either guy submitting the other. However, I do feel that Jim Miller's going to win a split decision on this fight. Gegard Mousasi versus Thiago Santos. They're fighting at 185 pounds. Gegard comes from Iran and Thiago comes from Brazil. I don't know too much about Thiago. The only thing I really truly know is he has amazing takedown defense. And Gegard is a striker, so I think that Gegard is going to get in there and I think he's going to land some strikes. Excuse me, and I wouldn't be surprised if he clips Thiago and ends the fight. So I'm going to go with Gegard Mousasi on that one. I think he's going to win probably a knockout or a technical knockout. So either case, I think Gegard Mousasi on that one. Diego Sanchez, the Nightmare versus Joe Lauzon. Fighting at 155 pounds, both American fighters. Diego comes out of Albuquerque, New Mexico under Greg Jackson. He's a great fighter. He's got slick submissions. He's got that mean look to him. He just looks like a fighter. He's very caveman-ish, if you will, meaning that he's not afraid to brawl. He's not afraid to get out there Vanderlei Silva style and just throw haymakers. Joe Lauzon, on the other hand, I believe is a more cerebral fighter. I think he's a lot safer. I think he's got some submission skills as well. He's a lot smarter, and I think this is going to be a great fight. Diego has a gas tank that's not going to run out. He is not going to get tired. He's going to push the pace all night long, and if it goes to a decision, I think Diego has the chance to win that decision. However, if Joe Lauzon puts his cards together, he can counter-strike. He can box the brawler, so to speak, and I think Joe Lauzon can get this fight done. So my prediction for this fight is Joe Lauzon. I think he's going to win over Diego Sanchez, and I think it's going to be a decision, and I think it's going to be a unanimous decision. Joe Lauzon's going to win. I think even though you see the guy on the street and you look at him and you have no idea that this guy's a fighter, believe me, when they lock that cage, Joe Lauzon comes to fight, and I think he's going to shine tonight against Diego Sanchez, and I think the Diego that we're going to see is going to be one of the best versions that we've ever seen of Diego Sanchez, but I don't think it's going to be enough to take out Joe Lauzon. Now we're talking about Sage Northcutt and Enrique Marin. Sage is a karate guy that I know of. He does not have very good submission knowledge. He's a new fighter. The last fight that he got into, I can't remember who his opponent was, but he got caught in an arm triangle type choke, and the choke wasn't even truly set, and he tapped. So that tells me that he's new to grappling. He wasn't even aware enough of the position that he was in, and I think he tapped prematurely. However, He's not going to run out of gas. He's in shape, and he's got pinpoint accurate striking. He's got excellent takedowns. I think he knows how to win the rounds. This Enrique, I don't know anything about him. He comes from Spain. He's got a 9-3 record. I don't know much about him, so I'm just going with the default on this one. Sage Northcutt's going to win the fight. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets stopped. Sage is a very explosive fighter, and I think he's going to land shots. That's just my opinion. I think Sage Northcutt all the way on this fight. Any way he wants, he's going to win by strikes. TJ Dillashaw, the former champion at 135 pounds. Rafael Assuncao. Man, TJ's from America, used to train with Uriah Faber. He's got a very Dominic Cruz type fighting style. He likes to run around and cut angles, and he likes to win on the judges' cards. I don't think that he's that dangerous as far as submitting his opponent. I don't think he's going to knock Rafael out. Rafael, on the other hand, comes from Brazil. He's got great jiu-jitsu, good punching accuracy. I think his edge is going to be on his takedowns, but I think TJ Dillashaw is going to get this fight done on the judges' victory. It would probably go down as a split decision. I think TJ Dillashaw all the way on that one. And I love Rafael Assuncao, by the way, but I think TJ is gonna get that one. Johnny Hendricks versus Kevin Gastelum. They're fighting at 170 pounds. Both guys come out of America. Both guys are stud wrestlers. I think Johnny Hendricks has that right hand, you know, where he can land that right hand and put you to sleep. Kevin Gastelum, I think, would be just a tiny bit more efficient on the mat. However, I think their takedowns are both about the same. I think if it comes to a stand-up game, because they can't take each other down, because both of them have excellent takedown defense, I think it's going to end up on the feet, and I think Johnny's going to land the right hand and hurt him, and I think Johnny Hendricks wins this fight. I think they're going to stop the fight. Kat Zingano, Juliana Pena. Man, this is a tough women's fight. 135 pounds. They're both from America. Both very, very durable women. Both of these women refuse to quit. They both have been down. They both have came through. They both came back from adversity. When Juliana Pena was on The Ultimate Fighter, she fought Shayna Baszler, which was one of Ronda Rousey's teammates, and Shayna was like so much better than her, and everybody said that Juliana didn't have a chance, and she went in there and won that fight. She's not gonna let the intimidation get to her. She will fight her ass off, and Kat Zingano is no different. Kat Zingano has a victory, a brutal victory over the current champion, Miesha Tate. Kat Zingano has been nipping at the heels at that belt for a while. She came off of an injury. This is going to be a great fight. I would expect fireworks in this fight. However, I think Kat Zingano is going to come out with the edge. I think it's going to be a split decision victory. Kat Zingano is going to win that one. Cain Velasquez, the former heavyweight champion, versus Travis Browne. Both fighting at heavyweight, both from America. Travis Browne is Ronda Rousey's man. They're both very good fighters. Travis Browne has a way of landing those punches. Cain Velasquez is one of the smartest, hard-working fighters I've ever seen. I'm a huge fan of Cain Velasquez. I think he's going to get it done tonight against Travis Browne, and I think it's going to go down in devastating fashion. I think, and I love Travis, by the way, but I think Cain Velasquez losing his belt, he wants to come back, and he will come back, and he'll get that belt back. He's going to start with Travis Browne tonight. He's going to win. He will shut him out and put the lights out. Jose Aldo, Frankie Edgar. This is an amazing fight. Jose Aldo comes from Brazil. Frankie's from America. They're both fighting at 145 pounds. They both are stud black belts in jiu-jitsu. Frankie Edgar is a black belt under Renzo Gracie. He trains with Ricardo Almeida. Jose Aldo is a black belt under Andre Pederneiras, Novo União. They're both of their pedigree on the mat is amazing. Frankie Edgar, I think, has a bigger gas tank. I think his cardio is gonna carry him farther. This is a 3-round fight. I think Frankie's got better boxing. I think he has better footwork. I think he knows how to get in and out of the pocket a little smoother. However, Jose Aldo has better leg kicks. His last fight was a loss to Conor McGregor. It was a fluke loss in my opinion. I think Conor clipped him with a left hook or something. Jose Aldo went down. Before that fight, Jose Aldo was undefeated for 10 years. He was the champion. He was unstoppable. One of the pound for pound greatest fighters of all times. Jose Aldo, Frankie Edgar, this is a very hard fight to call. I don't see one guy submitting the other guy. I don't see it. I could see Frankie taking Jose Aldo down. I could see Jose Aldo doing similar things than what he did in the last outing when he fought Frankie Edgar. This is their second fight, by the way. Jose landed a ton of leg kicks and then he stopped throwing them. I think if he comes out with the leg kicks, and I think Jose Aldo is going to connect. Now, when Frankie, after Conor McGregor beat Jose Aldo the way he did, devastating fashion, knocked him out, Frankie was in line for that 145-pound title. He wanted his shot against Conor McGregor. Personally, I think Conor McGregor ran from Frankie Edgar when he went up to 170 pounds and he fought Nate Diaz. He got choked out, he tapped, and I think he did that to run from Frankie. I think Frankie, if he wins this fight tonight, he's going to come back and he's going to take that 145-pound belt. I also think that if Jose Aldo wins this fight tonight, he will go back and he'll rematch Conor McGregor, the guy that knocked him out, and he will dismantle Conor McGregor. My prediction for this fight, I don't know why, but I'm going with Frankie Edgar on this one. I don't know why. I just think that the last time they showed up, we saw the best Jose Aldo ever, and I think this time we're going to see the best Frankie Edgar that we've ever seen. I think he's going to get it done. Split decision victory. Frankie Edgar's going to win. He's going to take that fight tonight. Daniel Cormier and Anderson Silva. 205-pound light heavyweight fight. Daniel Cormier from America, trains with Cain Velasquez, trains with Luke Rockhold. Anderson Silva stepped up on like 2 days' notice because John Jones popped positive for performance-enhancing drugs. They pulled him off the fight. Daniel Cormier lost his fight to John Jones. John Jones got in some trouble. They stripped him of the title. Daniel Cormier came in, fought Anthony Johnson, won the fight, won the belt. He was the champion. John Jones came back wanting to reclaim his belt. He wanted to come back and face Daniel Cormier. So I believe Daniel Cormier took this fight extremely seriously because he thought he was going to be fighting John Jones. I think we will see the very best Daniel Cormier that we've ever seen. I think he was prepared to come back and avenge that loss that he had against John Jones. However, if John Jones had not been pulled from this card, I think he would have beat Daniel Cormier in their second fight. But John Jones is out. Anderson Silva steps in on short notice, a bit out of shape. They wanted to do a 5-round fight, I believe. Anderson, I think, wanted to change that to 3 rounds. He knows he's not in fight shape, but I give him a ton of credit for stepping up to save the card, so to speak. However, I think Daniel Cormier is going to shine in this fight. And I love Anderson Silva. He is, in my opinion, the modern day Bruce Lee. But I think on such short notice, I don't think he's going to do it against Daniel Cormier. I think Cormier's ready, and I think he's going to win this fight. Now I'm frustrated because this fight with John Jones would have been for the 205-pound belt. Why they're not doing that for Anderson Silva, I don't know. But I think that's ridiculous. I think if Anderson's stepping up and he's fighting the champion, it should be a title shot. It should be 5 rounds. But I think Cormier's going to grind him for 3 rounds and win the fight. I don't see a stoppage unless Anderson clips him. But honestly, I think Cormier's going to be smart. I think he's going to be very strategic in his takedowns, and I think he's going to work over Anderson Silva on this fight. Now, Anderson Silva with a full training camp, not coming in on short notice, I think he would dismantle Daniel Cormier easily. But that's not going to happen tonight. Brock Lesnar versus Mark Hunt. Brock Lesnar, this is a heavyweight fight. They're both big gorillas. Mark Hunt comes from New Zealand. I think he's living in Hawaii or something like that. Brock Lesnar is a stud wrestler. Mark Hunt is got those hands. He's got heavy, underrated punching power. In fact, he's known for his walk-away knockout. Like, he'll clip these dudes with that right hand, they'll fall down, and he'll just walk away. He turns his back on them, he knows they're out. He knows that he connected. Brock Lesnar is a wrestler, a stud wrestler. Division I, he was a stud. I think this is a classic striker versus grappler fight. Brock Lesnar is a human specimen of athleticism. He is like a Viking looking dude. I mean, he is just ripped. And I think that if Hunt can avoid the takedown, he can win this fight. I think he'll get Brock to gas because Brock likes to sprint all the time. I think if Mark Hunt can be more strategic and evade the takedowns and stay on the feet, he'll eventually wear Brock out. This is a 3-round fight, and I think he'll land those shots, and I think he'll put Brock away. Now, if Brock is successful in achieving the takedown, I think he would go gorilla on Mark Hunt, ground and pound, throw some Donkey Kongs on him, and I think Brock could win the fight. Brock has 2 submissions that I know of that he does. He does an arm triangle choke, and the other one I forget what he does. I forget what the second one is, but he's a one-trick pony is what I'm trying to say. Brock is the kind of guy that has to be on top. He's not going to be on the bottom pulling guard, throwing a triangle up. That's not Brock Lesnar. And Mark Hunt is not, he knows how to survive on the mat if he's taken down. I don't know if he'll be able to hold Brock Lesnar off of him, though. Brock's going to be dropping elbows and bombs. But my prediction for this fight, Mark Hunt is going to wear him out in the 3rd round. He's going to clip him, land that right hand, and put Brock to sleep. That's my opinion. The main event of the evening, Miesha Tate versus Amanda Nunes. Miesha is the current 135-pound champion. She's from America. And you have Amanda Nunes from Brazil. Amanda's got great jiu-jitsu. I personally think that Amanda Nunes is the dark horse of the division. I think she is the one that has been overlooked for a long time. I think she has the tools to beat Miesha. I really do. But do I think that's going to happen tonight? No, I don't. I think Miesha chased the belt for so long, and the belt eluded her for so long. It was like Ronda Rousey was her kryptonite. The first fight with Ronda, Miesha in Strikeforce got her arm broken. Ronda broke her arm. The second fight, Miesha was winning that fight. She took Ronda to the 2nd round, was winning the fight. Ronda caught her again in an armbar and beat her, right? So Miesha came back as a challenger after Holly Holm knocked out, shocked the world. I predicted that fight, by the way. Holly Holm came in, knocked out the champion, Ronda Rousey, took the belt. Ronda Rousey at that time was the unstoppable female on the planet. And Holly Holm came out there and made her look like she don't even know what she's doing. And the point that I'm trying to get to here is Miesha Tate was promised publicly on a televised event that she would get the fight with Ronda. And after she was promised, that got yanked away from her. They gave the fight to Holly Holm. That should have been Miesha Tate's title fight. And if they would have fought for the third time, Miesha Tate, Ronda Rousey, I truly believe that Miesha Tate would have came in there and dethroned Ronda Rousey and took the belt that way. But it didn't happen that way. The UFC backed out on their promise. They gave the fight to Holly Holm. Holly Holm shocked the world, took the belt. Miesha came in on a challenge for the belt with Holly Holm and choked her unconscious. Holly went out like a champion that she is. Miesha Tate is now the champion. And this is something that should have been hers a while ago. So I think Miesha Tate's going to hold on to that belt. She's never out of the fight. When Holly Holm fought her, she won every single round against Miesha Tate. Every round. Miesha Tate went into the 5th round of the fight, knew she was down on the fight, on the cards, on the judge scoring. She knew that she had to get desperate to win that fight. That's exactly what she did. She reached down deep, faced that adversity. She took Holly Holm down and choked her, put her to sleep. She's going to keep the belt against Amanda Nunes. This is a 5-round fight. She's going to outwork her. Miesha Tate is going to win this fight by submission. I could be wrong. Well, folks, I want to say thank you for watching my video today on my predictions for UFC 200. I hope you got some good, useful information. Please feel free to share your predictions down below. Like this video, share this video. And if you like the content that you see on my channel, please subscribe. I'd love to have you. And until next time, folks, have a beautiful day and enjoy the fights tonight. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.